Alone in deep sorrow and bitterness and anguish of soul, Job sat in ashes and torn clothes, and yet a question remains. What if everything you had, your wealth, your family, your health, was taken from you in a single moment? Would you still trust God? This is the story of Job, a man tested beyond comprehension, yet unwavering in his faith. Long ago in the land of Uz, there lived a man named Job. He was perfect and upright, one that feared God and avoided evil. Job was blessed with 7 sons and 3 daughters, and great possessions, 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 oxen, and 500 she-asses, and many servants. He was the greatest of all men in the East. Every day, Job prayed for his children, offering burnt offerings in case they had sinned in their hearts. Job was not just wealthy, he was deeply spiritual and humble. One day, the sons of God presented themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came among them. God asked,
"Have you considered my servant Job? There is none like him."
Satan replied,
"Does Job fear God for nothing? Have you not placed a hedge around him? Remove it, and he will curse you to your face."
The Lord answered,
"All that he has is in your power. Only do not lay a hand on him."
And so the test began. In one day, Job received 4 devastating messages. "Sabaeans attacked and stole your oxen and donkeys. I am the only one that survived." The first servant reported, "Fire from heaven burned up your sheep and servants. I am the only one left," said the second servant. "Chaldeans raided and took your camels. All the camels and everyone is gone," said another servant. "Worst of all, a great wind and fire burned and collapsed the house where your sons and daughters were feasting. They all died," another servant reported. Job arose, tore his robe, shaved his head, and fell to the ground in worship. He said,
"Naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord."
In all this, Job sinned not, nor did he charge God foolishly. Again, Satan appeared before God. God said Job had remained faithful. But Satan said,
"Skin for skin. Touch his body, and he will curse you."
So the Lord said,
"He is in your hand, but save his life."
Satan struck Job with painful boils from head to toe. Job sat among ashes, scraping himself with a broken piece of pottery. His wife said,
"Curse God and die."
Job replied,
Shall we receive good at the hand of God, and not evil?
Still, Job did not sin with his lips. 3 friends came to visit Job, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar. For 7 days they sat with him in silence, mourning his grief. Then they began to speak, accusing Job of hidden sin. They argued, "The wicked suffer, therefore you must have sinned." Job defended his integrity but questioned God. He cried out,
Why was I born? What is man, that you should magnify him?
Yet he also declared,
Though he slay me, yet will I trust in him.
A young man named Elihu, angry at Job's self-righteousness and the friend's failure to answer, spoke. He said,
God speaks in many ways. He is greater than man. Suffering can be a tool for instruction and humility.
Then the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind.
"Where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? Can you command the morning? Do you know the laws of heaven?"
God questioned Job with majestic power, showing the vast difference between divine wisdom and human knowledge. Job humbled himself.
I have uttered what I understood not. I repent in dust and ashes.
God rebuked Job's friends and told them to make sacrifices. Job prayed for them, and God accepted Job's intercession. Then the Lord restored Job's fortunes, giving him twice as much as before. He had 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 oxen, and 1,000 donkeys. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters again. His daughters were the most beautiful in the land. Job lived 140 years, seeing 4 generations. The book of Job is not just about suffering, it's about trusting God when life doesn't make sense. Though he did not understand his suffering, Job never let go of God. And in the end, God not only vindicated him, but restored him. It teaches us that God's ways are higher than ours, and even in the darkest trials, faith will be rewarded. Thanks for joining us today. If this story has blessed your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for another interesting one.